to please call the roll. But let's just wait a few minutes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So it's not up yet. Okay, and we're on.
All right. Thank you, JP. This meeting will now be called to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Chief Justice F. Philip Carbolito.
I am present and I am logging on from my residence at Nimitz Hill.
Presiding Judge Alberto C. Lamarena III.
Present, I'm at the Guam Judicial Center.
Trustee Cynthia V. Ekubi.
Present and located in my law office in Hakatnya, Guam.
Trustee Donna Munya Kanata.
I'm here and I'm at my place of employment, Guam Auto Spot in East Agana, Guam.
Guam Bar President Jackie T. Terlahi.
All right. All members are present, and so we have a quorum to conduct our regular business. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of September 22nd, 2020. Is there a motion to adopt subject to corrections?
Move to approve.
I'll
Mr.
second
Chairman,
it.
move to approve subject to correction.
It's been moved by the PJ and seconded by Ms. Donna Kanata. And any discussion on the minutes? There being none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, it's been unanimously adopted. The minutes has been unanimously adopted. So the first item on the agenda is the approval, the financial status and the allotment releases, and I'll recognize Mr. Moreno at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, everybody. As we are in a new configuration where the APD is receiving allotments from DOA directly, both PDSC and APD has just received its first allotment release on October 15th, and this is just the first one. We're anticipating a second one because they do distribute it, or they release the allotments every pay period, and this week is a pay period. We anticipate another allotment release soon. At this time, both PDSC and APD are at 46%.
All right.
As for the, yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Moreno. That's fine.
Okay, thank you. As for the domestic violence program, the DVP, the funding from Stop 2017 has been exhausted as of September 30th, 2020. And we have received 2 approved MOUs and funding for Stop 2018 for a total of $21,000. And we'll be working on this for the remainder of the year. And that is the report for the financial side.
So everything is status quo in reference to the family violence funding. It has no negative impact, and everything continues to remain funded.
Yes, we did receive the Stop 18 funding for $21,000, so we will be using those funds until we process or apply for and process the next funding.
And that will carry what expenses is that paying for, the 2018?
Normally it's for personnel costs. Majority is for personnel costs, and some amount for supplies.
And there should be no lapse in the funding between the time that's exhausted and the time there's a renewal of the funding application?
That's correct, sir.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Moreno regarding the financial reports?
None.
The next item is the report from the Executive Director of our corporation, Mr. Hattori, you're recognized. You're muted, Steve. You have to unmute.
Sorry about that. Good afternoon, Chief Justice and board members. So on page 10 of our packet, I did include just a little summary of all the different things we're trying to do to resolve our cases and, meet our clients. I mean, we had historically, when we were PCOR 2 or 3, we actually had 3 terminals set up in our lobby and front area, and we were using those for appointments. Because of we're in PCOR 1, we're meeting people in the breezeway, so we have the capacity to meet 4 clients using tablets and our Wi-Fi network. We're still having some issues with our upload speed, and which we think is causing problems for our clients when they're appearing for meetings. So once we fix that issue, I think we'll be fully operational for at least meeting clients. And so we also talked about the different, now that we're in PCOR 1, other measures that we've taken, and we're hoping eventually we'll get back to PCOR 2 or 3, and then we'll be able to reopen our lobby. We've been trying to keep as many, we've been basically trying to keep our facilities closed so that in the event there's a positive, we wouldn't have to, we're trying to minimize our risks. And so the staff and the attorneys are electing to meet clients outside in the breezeway, and but most of the appointments are occurring through Zoom, and it seems to be working well. But so I mean, I submitted the report. I don't want to take up all your time to go through everything. The other thing is, after the last board meeting, we did meet with Alicia Limpiaco, as well as Basil Malin and Major Anton Uggen, and so we did learn about the court's measures, as well as Department of Corrections are setting up Zoom rooms, and so we're also waiting to get authorization to bring our own equipment in so that we can have separate Zoom capability to meet our clients. I mean, we anticipate that they're only going to really have like one in Manila and maybe 2 or 3 at GDF, and we anticipate those being used by the courtroom, so by the judges. So we'll try to set up our own, and we're just waiting to get a green light from Major Uggen. And once we do, I mean, we have the equipment, we just need somewhere to plug them in and make sure the internet connection is strong enough to support a video conferencing. But
So if I understand, Steve, you are trying to set up your own separate connection up at the Manila facility and down at the Agutnia Detention Center, so you can conduct client interviews. That's the purpose of that. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. And so we've been in communication with Major Uggen pretty much since March, and we're just waiting for them to get their own internet. We actually brought our own broadband router to Manila, and that worked. But to do something long term where we can just have fixed equipment set up there, apparently there's a little more red tape than just bringing a computer over there with a broadband router. So we'll be doing that hopefully in the next few weeks. We're looking at various technologies that are easy to use and won't need to be maintained by the correctional staff. And so once we have that set up, there'll be some additional costs if we have to buy our own internet access, like a high-speed broadband connection. But other than that, we have the rest of the equipment.
But for the hearings, there's not an issue because there's these Zoom hearing rooms up at DOC and down at the Agutnia facility that DOC has now established through working in partnership with the judiciary. And so at least for the hearings, that they should be able to appear. Now, in reference to our Haggadah facility, we have these also these 3 Zoom rooms. If there are virtual hearings that you have clients that require internet access and virtual hearing equipment, and you are fully familiar with that, and you have a copy of the policy that the court has adopted?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. But I understand there's been a shutdown, so um, clients aren't permitted to access those rooms for now because of um, the risk of uh, the COVID-19. So I'm not sure, but but we do have the policies and we know how to arrange for court hearings if our clients don't have their own devices and need somewhere to remote in from.
Well, they're available if the trial judges have their hearings. They're not meant to be a separate satellite room for court related hearings. And that was not the intention. But if there is a court hearing in which the public defender is a party to, and you have a client that requires access, then that's available to the public defender corporation.
Uh, yes, Your Honor. And so we made that clear to Alicia that we have no intention of using those court facilities for appointments, and that we'll meet with them remotely at our office. So I mean, we have about the capability to set up 4 appointment areas outside our office, and so we need to procure a couple more sneeze guards, and but then we're fine with what we're doing now. We just need to boost our upload speed, and
All
so
right.
Jake is working on that.
Okay. Is there any questions? PJ, you had asked that, the executive director and the managing attorney report in reference to what they're doing to increase their capability to participate in these virtual hearings. Are there any questions for Mr. Hattori?
No, not right now at this time. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. All right. So if there are no questions, then we'll move to the managing attorney of the APD. You have also submitted your written report. You want to just summarize, Ms. Gale?
Sure, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your efforts.
Thank you, Your Honor. Basically, we've been doing pretty much the same thing with as the public defender. However, we've been able to kind of do it a little faster only because our office is smaller, and we have been able to work with our provider, Docomo, we've increased our broadband width, and we've been able to do drive-by meetings with their clients. If they don't have their own phone or iPad, we give them a disinfected iPad. They go outside, they drive up, we meet them. We're all fully outfitted with glove, mask, and all that. And we disinfect the iPad. We hand them the plea or whatever they need to review. They review it. We do a Zoom meeting with them and then have them sign it. And we've been able to conduct a few of those types of meetings, as well as we've done hearings with the clients in the parking lot. So it's a work in progress, but we're getting there. We have not, at least I personally have not had any Zoom meetings with any clients at DOC yet, but I know we're just about there. We actually are in meeting, with consultation with Major Uggan of DOC. As far as DYA, we are able to do Zoom meetings at DYA with advance notice. If our clients at both DYA and DOC need to review a plea, what we'll do is we will, in advance, email that to, or have it dropped off by our staff to the DOC or DYA, print them, have them look at it, and we're able to conduct our meetings that way. The last thing is, or another thing is, we do have phone communication with our clients. If we need an interpreter, we're able to get the interpreter on three-way calls so we can do meetings with the interpreter. Same thing with Zoom. We've had Zoom meetings with our clients where I've actually had to do a test Zoom meeting so that by the time we have the hearing, we do the Zoom testing and they know how to do it. And we try to, explain how to do Zoom. We also have created, or at least signed up for, a WhatsApp business account. This is free for now, so we're able to give messages to our clients regarding hearings or court, meetings or court hearings. So I wrote that. It's in the board packet. If you have any questions, I'll be sure to answer.
Well, I just want to express my appreciation to both you, Mr. Hattori, and Attorney Gale, for all your efforts in trying to complement the efforts of the judiciary so that we can use our virtual platform in a more robust way. As everyone here is probably aware, the circumstances we're operating under is probably going to be with us for a while longer, and so we must continue to try and improve our capabilities. The judiciary is making every effort in making the courtrooms and access to the judicial officers more reliable, and so it's a work in progress. It's something that all of us, if we had to plan this, would take probably a couple of years that we're trying to accomplish in weeks, months. And so we all have to be patient with each other, but we need to continue to use our best efforts to improve our communications capability on the virtual platform. So if there are no questions for Mr. Attorney or, Mr. Hattori or Attorney Gale, then I will move to the next item on the agenda, which is the public health legal assistance for the elder justice, and that's the resolution that is going to be shared screen. And who is going to speak to this, Kathy?
Yeah, I could. Page 18. Page 18. Go to page 18. 18. So, Your Honor, we've got the adjusted resolution, the amendment to the resolution, and basically, what we have in that resolution is that we actually begin the 6-month period when we open up the center. When we have full execution of the annual and official opening of the Elder Justice Center, that's when we can actually collect data and ensure that we adhere to the requirements of the board. We also have public health on the line with us now. I mean, they're on the meeting with us now. They can give us an update. We still are not sure when we will be able to open up providing services to our Manamco. So can I turn over the floor to Shar San Nicolas?
Yes,
Yeah.
Shar, if you can just give us a status update in reference to starting this program.
So I do want to echo that the department and the Division of Senior Citizens is still very much interested in continuing this pilot. At this time, I can comment that in working with our funding accounts, which we've identified in the work request for FY19 and FY20, currently our Division of Accounts, which manages the government system-wide AS400, So they're working with the vendor, and it is, that's where we're at as of today. I know our department has inquired as to the status, and the reason this is important is this certifies the funds that are available to move it forward. So this is why this is important to bring up. I can also share that our first grant award for FY21 has come in. We are not a block grant, so as our funds become available, I know that the commitment is there. It's been provided by our prior administrator, which is now our director. So I just will need to just bring this up, and as soon as we are aware when the system is up in terms of the financial management system, we then will be able to proceed and move forward through the signatory phases for this MOU.
All right, and so this resolution, in effect, says that upon the execution of the MOU and the dating of that the program, the pilot program is effective for a period of 6 months from that date, in which we look to the executive director then to report back to the board in reference to how the program has worked, and for our consideration in terms of what we are going to do from that time forward. So I believe that this is probably the best way to handle this, seeming because there is uncertainty in reference to when these funds are going to be available, so that the director of public health can sign the MOU. And so is there a motion to adopt the resolution prepared by Mr. Morrison as presented?
So move.
Oh, it's been moved. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion by any of the board members in reference to how this resolution is going to affect the operation of the pilot program? There being none, I will call for the vote. All those in favor of the motion to adopt the effective date of the elder law program, which is essentially 6 months from the time the MOU is signed, please indicate your support by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And Your Honor, may I just clarify that the MOU, the resolutions, Your Honor, indicates not only from the date of execution of the MOU, but up to the opening of the Elder Center. So it's clear that it will trigger once the opening occurs.
All right, yes, that is the way it reads, the resolve clause. Thank you for that, Attorney Ekubi. So it's been moved and seconded as presented, and I call for the vote. Ms. Donna, did you indicate your vote?
I'm for it. I said aye.
Okay, so it's unanimous. Everyone is in support of the resolution, and so the motion is duly adopted, and we will just wait and hear back from the executive director once public health is able to clear up its funding issues and the program is established. All right, so the next item on the agenda is Mr. Okay, let me just minimize this. Do we still have that share screen, Steve?
Yes.
JT?
Yes, you do, Your Honor.
Okay, I kind of lost it, so let me pull up. Because mine, for some reason, it's not showing. All right, so we have now anything under new business? So at this time, JT, if you can put the board members into a separate room so that we can go into executive session to discuss compensation review, and that will be the 5 members and Kathy, if you can join us in executive session.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Kathy, are you gonna be in the room too as well?
Yes.
Okay.
QB, okay, the QB and Donna,
QB, Donna,
and that's it.
ourselves, Sheila.
Yeah.
And Arlie. Okay.
I think because the sponsoring is out wide.
Okay.
Did you want us to press join?
Yes. Did you guys join already? Or are we on?
They're probably in. No, I see the presiding judge there still. Your Honor, can you,
JT, I don't think that screen is sharing, by the way.
Five 3719.
Mr. Hattori, put yourself on mute.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was on mute. I'm so used to getting muted by my wife.
Okay, put yourself on mute. Thank you, sir.
So, you guys want me to play some music while we're waiting? That's good news.
Everyone, I may jump off in a second. I have Judge Iriarte hearing at 1:30, but I'll try to come back on. I don't think it'll take very much time.
Roger.
Do we have everyone back?
Just about, yeah.
QB.
GB, Donna, PJ, CJ. Yeah, just about.
Okay. And I think everyone else is gone.
Your Honor, you're muted.
Okay,
Sorry.
let me repeat again that we are back in a regular session, having risen from executive session. And the first item for action has to do with the salary for the executive director, Mr. Steve Hattori. Let me address this, PJ, and then you will address the second one. So at this time, is there a motion to continue? We've already voted at the last meeting. He had a satisfactory performance evaluation and that he would continue as the executive director of the Public Defender Service Corporation. And so is there a motion that we continue Mr. Hattori at his current salary without any adjustment for the next period of his employment?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second,
Seconded by trustee Kanata. Any discussion? There being no discussion, all those in favor, please indicate your support by saying aye.
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 So it's been unanimously adopted. Mr. Hattori, you will continue as the executive director at the current salary. And I will note for the record, and we, on behalf of the trustees, want to thank you for agreeing to continue your employment as the executive director at the same salary level, taking into consideration the economic circumstances that the government of Guam and the entire island is under, and agreeing and volunteering to continue at the current salary level. So
Yeah, thank you, Chief Justice. And that was my intention. I didn't really want to raise at this point. It's kind of, given our pandemic, it's kind of, it would be silly to ask for a raise. And quite frankly, I'm perfectly fine doing where we're at right now. So as an unclassified employee, I recognize that raises and things are really at the will of the hiring authority. So I don't have a problem with it. Thank you.
thank you, Mr. Hattori, and we appreciate your willingness to do that. So the next item for action has to do with the managing attorney of the alternative public defender, Ms. Annie Gale. She has, we have approved her performance evaluation for the time period that ended October 2019. And she's also received a satisfactory performance evaluation. And according to Mr. Morrison, who we tasked to review her classification and what results based on her classification, it was what we were advised in that legal opinion that Ms. Gale is a classified employee of the Alternative Public Defender Office, and as such is statutorily entitled to the increment, and the board doesn't have that discretion to deny her that increment. That's something that only the legislature possessed the authority if they wish to freeze increments, and that was not done. So for the increment for that time period ending October 2019. And so just for the record, so it'd be clear, Kathy, if you could just indicate what that time period is from and what is her salary adjustment from her current salary in that the board, so that the appropriate motion can be made.
I get that. It would be from September 19, 2018 to September 19, 2019. Is that correct, Annie?
I need to look.
I think that's correct.
It's from September 27, 2017 to March 27, 2019. It was frozen until October 2019.
Yeah, so that's the period that's when they authorized increments for that period, because the period before that, all increments were frozen. So and then there's no retro for that period that the legislature froze increments. So we're looking at the 2017 into 2018.
That's frozen. So any
September.
payment, as I understand it,
Yeah.
would be from the October 2019 period going forward.
Yes. Right.
So what is the adjustment that she goes?
The
from?
amount that she would get with benefits, while we said it was 6,000, the benefits include 1,826, so to be a total of 8,344 with benefits. Just salary alone is 6,518. With benefits is 1,826 for a total amount of 8,344.
So she will be paid this increment from October 2019, whatever that specific date is,
Mhm.
to the
Correct.
current, that prospectively going forward with that increment, that's what her compensation, that'll bring her up to about 119,000. Is that what was stated?
Correct. 119,515.
All right. So is there a motion to approve the salary increment for Ms. Gale as indicated by Ms. Gogli?
So move.
Is there
I'll
a-
second. Yes, I'll second it, Your Honor.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. And all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, so it's been.
I do.
All right, so the vote is 4-1 and with one opposition. It's been, Ms. Donna, yes, go ahead, you're recognized.
I'm sorry. Is there a note of, is there somewhere that can be noted is that I abstained from voting? It's not a complete no. I just abstained from voting because I don't think it's right to give anybody any increments at this time with what the island is going through, with us being on PCOR 1 with this pandemic. So that's the reason why I'm abstaining, because I don't think we should be paying out any increments to anybody. I just want that noted for the record so that they understand why I said I abstained from voting.
All right, so
Okay.
noted, and let the record be corrected that it is 4 yes and 1 abstention for the reason that Trustee Kanata has indicated. It's been pointed out to us that there is a second increment that Ms. Gale is up for, and that is for the period ending September 2020. And PJ, would you like to address this second increment, how we can evaluate this going forward?
Yes, for the second increment, we will, I move that a personnel evaluation be made for that time period for the board to consider.
All right, so this matter then will be deferred until there is a performance evaluation. And all right, so we'll that's the motion. There's been a motion made to that effect. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it, Your Honor.
Okay, it's been seconded. Any discussion? There being
I
none?
have
Yes.
I have a discussion. Could you restate what the motion is in its entirety, sir? Verbatim, please.
So
Sorry.
if I can summarize, the motion is that the increment that Ms. Gale may be entitled to as that for the period ending September 2020 will be deferred until there is a performance evaluation for the period ending September 2020. And so depending on that performance evaluation, we will then act on the increment that is due as of September 2020.
Okay.
So it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor, please indicate your support by saying aye.
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 All right, it's been, those opposed, it's been unanimously adopted.
There's one more motion, Mr. Chairman.
All right, go ahead, PJ. You are,
I think I move that a performance in a desk audit be done on the manager attorney position by Kathy Gogui. Okay.
all right, there is
Second.
there's been a motion made to conduct a desk audit on the managing attorney position, and it's been seconded by trustee Kanata. Any discussion on the motion? There being none, all those in favor, please indicate your support by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, it's been unanimously adopted. All right, so that's any public discussion? And is there any further discussion? Any public member wanting to make any comment? There being none, at this time, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn to November 24th at 12:30.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. There being no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. This meeting is duly adjourned. Thank you very much.
Adios, everybody. Have a good
Yeah,
day.
thank
Be
you.
safe.
And
Stay
stay safe.
safe.